Hello there, everybody. Yes, the graphics don't lie. It's day 32. The housemates have now been completely isolated for 4 weeks, 3 days and 9.5 hours. But more importantly, they've now reached the halfway stage on the Big Brother experience. Penny, Stuart and Narinda have already gone. Yes, we've had tears. Yes, we've had laughter. But this weekend, we've just had 8 people sitting on their big behinds trying to get a tan. A very quiet weekend, and the housemates have been up. So very boring. But we may well have some news headlines in the offing, because looks like we may well have a Richard Chamberlain and a lady with the black hair from the Thornbirds-esque experience. Love is blossoming between 2 of those housemates. It could indeed spice up the action. Who are those housemates? They are Helen and Paul, a platonic relationship which may be developing into something slightly stronger. It certainly is a meeting of minds, and what minds they are. The veritable Albert Schweitzer and Confucius of the house. Take a look at this.
They're too big, but yours are too saggy, you know. Do you want a bit of a Robin?
I was joking about yours. There's nothing wrong with yours at all, mate. But they ain't good, are they?
Actually, I saw you. I thought you were quite fit.
Imagine if this finished and we all got in contact a year later and you and Helen engaged.
Oh, shut up.
It happened. It's happened.
Well, you could never write anything out.
You could never write anything out.
I like those trousers, though.
They're tight, Tommy.
They're nice. Very nice.
I saw you, and I did think, oh yeah, she's got quite a nice body. I must admit.
Liar.
No, honestly. No, honestly.
Paul just said they had nice breasts. That was kind of rude.
Now from that, it looks a bit like Paul's very much into Helen, and it's not reciprocated. However, while she's not doing it while she's awake, oh, she's doing it while she's asleep. Take a look at this clip of Helen sleep talking. Blink and you miss it.
Get back the shots on. Great, Paul.
Mumble, mumble, come here, Paul. But it could be all too little too late for Helen and Paul, because today is nominations day. As soon as the housemates are told about who's facing eviction, we will let you know. We'd like to be joined by the last evictee, lovely Narinda, and Ali Ross. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
How you doing, Dermot?
Excellent. I'm very well, thank you. Now, Ali, first up, you weren't very nice about Big Brother in the old column yesterday.
No, I wasn't.
Why not?
I think I had sympathetic period pains with Narinda here. It was just a bad day, and Josh has got to me, I'm afraid.
Why so? How's he got to you?
He's... I've been in denial for a long time, but he is duller than Paul. And it's the tattoos that are really getting me.
Why so?
Tattoos. Any dull people out there, get a personality, not Chinese tattoos. Doesn't actually help.
All right, now, Narinda, you know the housemates better than anyone. Do you think Paul will be up for nomination this week?
I think they're going to give him a rest this week, because they're probably thinking he's massive, because he's over, he won me, and that is a bit, a bit of a feat. So I think they're going to lay off him this week. I don't think they're going to vote Amma, and I don't think it's going to be Bubble either. I reckon it's probably going to be Helen, and I reckon and Josh.
Helen and Josh?
Yeah, I've got a feeling they're going to do Josh, because he keeps failing the task that it was starting to bug all of us, really.
Ali?
I'd like to think it would be Amma and Josh.
Why? No, you made your point about Josh already. Why Amma?
I don't like her. It's as simple as that. And Elizabeth as well. I've got a big problem with her.
What's your problem with Elizabeth?
Ever anyone's crying or in trouble, the jumpers, anyone's crying, she's always the second on the scene, consoling them. There's a political career ahead of her.
And what about Dean? Dean hasn't received a nomination yet. Narinda, you were scathing about Son of God, Dean, yesterday.
He's not going to get a nomination. They're not going to nominate him. He is the godfather in the house. They're not going to nominate him.
Dean's got mine. I've been backing him since day one, which is probably worth about 4 votes. And don't worry, it's not going to make any difference, is it? Me backing him.
Okay, that's funny you should say Elizabeth, and we've mentioned Dean, because Dean and Elizabeth already think their cards are marked. Don't believe me? Take a gander at this.
I said, no, still be voted out because we're the boring hippies who do Tai Chi in the garden and do nothing for the ratings.
Cool.
I mean, okay, once, fine, fun, yippee, they're doing Tai Chi, but
no.
2 weeks running every night? Come on, guys.
So she reckons she's out of there. What do you think?
Fingers crossed. I hope she's right.
Of all the people that have written into your newspaper and your column,
Both of them.
Yeah, your mum and your dad. Yeah. No, what have they said? I mean, you know.
They all want Amma out. All the women can't stand her. She is smug and self-righteous.
Is that why? I mean, is that what they're saying, or is that what you think?
Well, the subtext here, she's a stripper as well. And I think she gets a bit of an easy ride from the media, if you'll forgive the
I don't think that's kind though to mention the stripper stuff. I don't think that's got anything to do with it.
No, but I mean,
I'm glad the women don't like it because that's quite right. But the stripper stuff, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, but that's what Alice thinks. The women that are actually, these are the people that are actually writing in, actually saying that, you know.
2 letters, so.
Is it just 2 letters?
Well,
how many did you get from me?
None.
You liar!
Okay, Dominic Moen revealed last week is back in bubble, which Narinda, you're probably horrified to hear.
I'm disgusted about the sun back in bubble. I can't understand it. Where's it come from? I mean, the blue and white stripy shorts. Can't the sun see it?
He's a lot more stylish than Dominic Moen, anyway. No, I'm full weight behind Dean because he said something vaguely amusing, I think, in week 1. And I nailed my colours. I'm waiting for him to say something funny again.
What did he say that was amusing?
It was about the
chickens, wasn't it?
It was the chickens.
If you name the chickens, it'll be easy to kill.
Easy to strangle.
Absolutely. Now, as we already pointed out, today's a very symbolic day in the Big Brother house. The housemates are exactly halfway through their experience. With under 5 weeks to go, there are 8 housemates still in the running, and anything could happen. Now, we've heard what Ali and Narinda will think was what's going to be happening in the Big Brother house over the coming weeks, but we want to hear what you have to think. For example, who do you think the next major fight will be between? Will any of the housemates truly, deeply and honestly find love? And which housemates are most likely to give up the ghost and quite simply walk out? Please, why don't you give us a call, because our talking point today is public predict. 0870 901 9070, 0870 901 9070. Now, one thing you could predict is if Josh is ever going to show some skin. When he was voted into the house 2 weeks ago, this is what he promised us.
I guarantee you I can give you the satisfaction. Enthusiastic, boundless energy, and a great deal of fun. If you want to see more flesh, get me in the steam room, get me in the house. Nudity all the way. Cheers.
I think Josh is actually under some misapprehension. There isn't actually a steam room. I don't know why he was thinking. Just get me in the steam room and I'll take my clothes off for you. All mouth and no trousers, guys? You said already.
Come on, absolutely. I mean, he promised fun and frolics and all he brought in was backgammon. I mean, for God's sakes, where was the fun and frolics, Josh?
Ali, you are disappointed about it,
there is a theory that one of the mystery objects hidden around the house is Josh's personality, but...
Oh, I love that.
All right, no, certainly haven't seen any evidence of his supposed outrageousness, and neither have the housemates. He'll admit it himself. Take a look at this.
If you saw me on the outside, I'm very, very wild and very outspoken. But a few comments I've made here haven't gone down well, so I've been like, oh, okay. Yeah, I came in here to be really quite loud and outrageous and play loads and loads of games, but everyone's quite just like, okay. I just kept myself a bit subdued, to be honest. My friends are be going, my God, he's really quite quiet, and I'm like...
All right. He's really quite cool. We had to just cut it out of there because he just wasn't going anywhere. Do you think...
Sorry, I was miles away.
He said when he came in, he would, you know, it was Josh and Pex. He'd promised nudity. The nation voted him in. Has he let the nation down?
I think the nation's let itself down. I mean, I wasn't in favour of this voting people in lark anyway. But, yeah. I mean, shorts. £2 on a pair of trousers and he can't afford a shirt.
Yeah, but have you seen his pecs?
Yeah, but I mean, would you rather he was kept in or he was voted out because you were hurt because he nominated you, and at the same time, you know, you obviously fancy him?
Yeah, I want him out. But I want Amma and Bubba before him. But if he's to come out, that's fair enough.
Do you think he's let them down? I mean, have you seen the nominations or the VTs or the clips of the people who are up for nomination with him yet?
No, I haven't seen
because it was a
anything like
shortlist
that.
of 3 and they were taken away, you see.
Oh,
and
right.
Natasha, and I believe Anne was the other lady. She was kind of a Yorkshire grad.
Oh, I heard about Natasha because Josh said that he did really think it was going to be Natasha and he was surprised it was him. Because Natasha was supposed to be like just full of energy and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I thought Josh, when he came in, he was going to be brilliant, and what he bought was nothing. And I think, yeah, of course he's a letdown. But it's not just Josh, all of them are. Let's, you know...
All right, we can go down this road and it'll take us 45 minutes, a little cheeky monkey, all right. He may have promised us fun and frolics, people, but the reality has been quite a different thing, as you've been very quick to point out, is not all sweetness and light. For example, Alison Rogers, did anyone happen to notice Josh on Saturday night, just prior to Josh making a snack of cheese on toast for anyone who wanted it? He was stood in the middle of the room in full view of everyone, lovingly holding his manhood for 30 seconds, and he didn't wash his hands. And as much as I like Josh, I wish he'd leave his nose alone. If he's not flicking it, he's picking it. Karen Hodgson in Middlesex. Well, can this really be the case? Is he that annoying? Has he got these awful habits? Take a look at the evidence.
When you're finished poking yourself out, Josh will have a conversation with you.
Sorry, I'm scratchy.
Oh, yeah.
My God. Oh, it's still quite impressive.
Not nice.
You decide. Okay, we're going over to some live streaming now in the house. This is breaking through. As you can see there, Dean there playing his guitar. Wonderful, isn't that nice? It's great to see that he is still enjoying the lovely tunes, or is he? Because, as you're well aware, we've been having a lookalikes competition of lately, and it's not Dean at all. I'm here right with him, and it's Chris Todd, our winner of our lookalikes competition. Hello, how are you, mate?
I'm all right, how are you?
There's your calendar.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Congratulations. How you doing? You all right?
I'm fine, mate.
So, has your life been a bit weird in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, my mother started calling me Dean recently, so it's quite worrying, really.
I mean, have people stopped you in the street and so forth and just said...
Not yet, but I'm carrying a pen in my back pocket, and I'm hoping that someday I'll get to use it.
Would you go along with the whole thing if someone just said, "Oh, hi, are you Dean from Big Brother?" You know, not knowing that he hasn't been voted out or whatever, and you know.
It depends who the person is, really.
It'd be very interesting to see what happens when it finishes and people are actually, coming up to you and going, "All right, would you mind giving me your autograph?" Would you go along with that? Have a bit of fun with it.
May as well,
Lovely.
They're not going to ask me, are they?
And do you play the guitar?
I don't, I'm afraid, as you could probably tell them.
But you're a DJ, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, now, in the hyper-cool world of DJing, have you been getting any ribbing for the fact you look like Dean?
Yeah, it's kicked off quite a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I'd just like to say hello to all those people that are equipping. I'm here.
Fantastic. All right, now, thank you very much for coming on, Chris. You may look like a housemate, but do you know one? I don't know. Maybe you've had a brief encounter. Maybe you're old school friends. Maybe you've had a holiday romance. If you have, and you have a picture taken with you and one of the housemates, send it to us at Big Brother's Little Brother, Studio 1, 3 Mill Studios, 3 Mills Lane, London, E33DU. Up for grabs is this wonderful Princess Naz, which will be autographed by the good lady herself. After the break, we'll be taking this week's task out on the streets, and if you've got, find out if you've got what it takes to be a record breaker. We'll see you in a minute with a lot of dedication. Hello everybody, welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. Right now I should be reffing direct coverage, as you can see. Unfortunately, it's just a very boring shot of a very boring day in what at the moment is quite a boring house, I have to say, and I'm a bit disappointed by it. But we are delighted to be joined by Narinda and Ali Ross. I'll probably get told off for saying that. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Now, the main news today is on Saturday, the Guinness World Records task. They were given 4 records. They only have to break 1 of them on Wednesday to pass the task. We're going to go into that in more depth at the moment. But today is the halfway stage in Big Brother. The last 32 days have been very eventful, guys. Well, Narinda, firstly, what have been your thoughts? What was your most memorable moment personally?
Probably leaving the house. That was the most memorable moment of my life.
Was it the sort of the hour that you knew was it an hour or half an hour?
It was an hour and a half, but it just flew by in like 2 minutes, and like I couldn't get everything ready on time. It was just really good.
What about you? What's been your one defining moment?
One defining moment. I think I spent an hour watching Stuart in bed, only to discover it was Penny at the end of it. That was great. No, I wasn't disappointed at all. That was a good use of my time.
You're a big fan of the direct coverage, then,
yeah.
Excellent
Direct
stuff.
coverage rocks.
Okay, well, what lies in store, people? Will Brian and Bubble end up having a fight? Will Dean play a new tune on his guitar? Please.
Any tune.
Will Josh actually get his kit off? We want to know what you think is going to happen. Our talking point today is Public Predict, so get calling and tell us what you think lies in store. 0870 901 9070. Now, as we've already said, the group was set a task, the latest task on Saturday, to break a Guinness World Record. The group have been given 4 official world records, one of which they have to complete successfully on Wednesday if they are to successfully complete the task. They've only bet a measly 10% of their weekly food allowance. I have to say, Narinda, not much, is it?
Sorry?
Narinda,
What?
I want to be a TV presenter, she says to me yesterday. And what's the first rule? You're not concentrating.
I'm listening.
No, you're not.
I'm here.
They've only bet 10%, that's only 570.
Yeah, they always do that. They're
Why?
always too scared.
Why?
Because Dean's the godfather and what he says.
Be nasty.
But no, they just get scared in case if they vote too much, they'll have no money left. But they're not even going to make any money if they just do 10%.
Okay,
They should have more faith in themselves. Come on, guys.
On Saturday, they were given sugar lumps. Their aim and their mission is to build a tower 1.02 metres high on Wednesday. Yesterday, they were given tinned sweet corn and toothpicks. Their aim is to break the world record of 169, or more than 169 in 3 minutes. Yesterday, they were given bubble gum. They have to blow a bubble, 58.4 centimetres. And tomorrow, and I reckon this is going to be easy, they're getting 3, no, it's not easy, but it's possible. 3 cream crackers, they have to eat them in a record 1 minute, 22.36 seconds without any water. Let's see how they've gone on so far in practice.
I can't believe that some weirdo actually wants to do this.
Let's build an entire one,
but just 2 stories
in
with
the middle.
The guy who did it is sad.
Yeah.
Or in jail, you know.
Oh, just please.
It's really boring, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Paul.
Time is up, 3 minutes, stop please.
201 were there.
He's done it.
67, 28, 29, 30.
It's a new world record!
It's a new world record.
OK, now we're delighted to tell you the Bubble has already unofficially broke the world record. Bubble's broke the world record for eating sweet corn in 3 minutes, and Dean is going very well at the moment with the sugar tower, which I believe we can take a look at. There we go. That is actually very good, but what is that? Would that be like a metre? I think he has a scale next to him, so he's actually got a fair way to go there. But of course, Wednesday is when it all kicks off. Can it really be that easy? We took the tasks to the streets in London, and this is what we found out.
They're very, very dry.
Catching me tongue.
I like that. OK, let's have the public fared, but how will Narinda and Ali rise to the challenge? We've counted... Don't start yet. Counted 100...
Can I just do that?
No, you can't.
OK.
Counted 170 sweet corn kernels onto one plate. That's 1 more than the current world record. The rules state you have to pick up each kernel individually with a stick. You're not allowed to squash them. You've got your cocktail sticks at the ready?
Uh-huh.
Can we have a clock up? Thank you very much. OK, you've got 3 minutes, yeah?
She asked me if I could let her win, by the way.
Did you?
I've got to win something out of this.
Don't be silly. You've got your dignity, your pride and self-respect. Starting from...
You reckon?
Now. OK, the guys there, off they go. And whilst that task is being completed, I am off to the gallery now. The lovely Helen Hawkins to see exactly what gives in the land of Big Brother. OK, guys, while they're off on that task, hello, lovely Helen, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Looking lovely and summery today, I have to say. Radiant and as always. Now, what's going on in the house right now?
Well, there's a lot of task practice going on. Dean's, we think he might be close to an unofficial breaking of the Sugar Cube Mountain, so that's quite exciting.
Although he's narrowed that quite early, hasn't he? He still has some way to go. That's one that we've just seen that on the direct coverage.
Well, he already got just 1 cube above the mark about 15 minutes ago, and then it broke. It crumbled down within about 5 seconds.
OK, now, Helen and Paul's romance. We've been making light of it today. Is there any truth in that at all?
Well, they had a bit of a spoof hypnotism game earlier on this afternoon where Elizabeth was pretending that she'd hypnotised Josh and Bubble, and halfway through that, Paul did ask, "Oh, can you hypnotise me or pretend to hypnotise me, and I'll go and propose to Helen." And so he did that. So you never know. I think he might find her attractive and she might find him attractive, but it's difficult to say.
And what about nominations? Nominations today, you can't tell us anything, obviously, until they find out themselves.
No, can't tell you anything, but it was... Well, it was very tense. It was right to the final person before we knew who was going to be up for nomination this week. It could have gone anywhere until the very final vote was in, so that's pretty exciting. And the mood's pretty good in the house, actually. They're not feeling particularly low and depressed about it. There are one or two people who think they might be up, but no, by and large, the mood's fairly high. They're having some water fights outside. Dean's meticulously doing his sugar cube mountains. Excellent. And pretty chipper.
Helen, thank you very much. OK, I'm going to go back to the studio now to see exactly how this task has been going on. I believe there is 1 minute left on the clock. I also have been given information in my head, inexplicably, that none other than Ali Ross has indeed been cheating. What have you done? And just now you're screaming out. What are you doing?
Oh, my God!
Hey, no, you've got to keep going now. Go for it.
I'd rather have blown bubble 54 centimetres, I think.
OK. How you doing then, Narinda? All right?
Nice.
Well, lovely. Narinda's actually storming through it. OK, you've only got about, I believe, roughly, just over 35 seconds there. I'll talk about today, however, is Public Predict. Narinda, can I just apologise for the swearing there, Narinda? Hoping for a career in television and not doing too well at the moment. OK, talking about today's Public Predict, we should have Danielle, I believe, on the line. Hello, Danielle.
Hello, Dana.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm all right, thanks.
Excellent stuff. OK, Public Predict for us.
I predict that the group will find out that Josh is a plant.
Do you think Josh is a plant?
Yeah.
Really? Why so?
Because he's failing the tasks on purpose, and Dean and Elizabeth are already suspicious about him, so they'll end up finding out what he is.
OK, thank you very much for your comments. I certainly do appreciate them. Cheers, Danielle.
Thanks.
Guys, they reckon, firstly, not bad at all, actually, I have to say, Narinda.
I've been in the house, I know how desperate it is.
You're about 50 short. Ali, you just seem to have repositioned yours around the plate in various ways.
She could go professional with that.
Yeah, very strong. Josh is a plant, that's what Danielle thought. Was there any sort of ever any sort of suspicion of that when he first came in?
Actually, what the girls just said, that he does always fail a task, like he wouldn't get on the stage that day. He said it was for that reason, but he just wouldn't get on, so yeah, she could be right.
OK, should have Laura from Glasgow on the line. Hello, Laura.
Hiya.
How you doing?
Not bad, thanks.
Public Predict for us, Laura.
I predict that Dean and Elizabeth will come to blows, as they seem to be playing the same game plan.
Dean and who?
Dean and Elizabeth.
You think they're going to come to blows?
Yeah, because they seem to be really quiet, and they seem to be sort of more reserved than everybody else is.
OK, excellent stuff. Thank you very much, guys. Do you reckon there'll ever be any tension there between
no,
those two?
Absolutely
I think they'll come to blows, yeah.
Do you? I don't.
Do you think they'll come to emotional and tussling blows? Yeah.
No.
OK.
No, definitely not.
Danielle from Liverpool on the line.
Hello?
How are you, Daniel?
Hello. I predict that the housemates are going to become weary of Emma's plan.
Well, what do you think Emma's plan is there, Daniel?
Well, I think she's going to try and form an alliance with everyone in the house so they don't vote her.
Very interesting. That's exactly what you said yesterday.
I absolutely agree. She's trying to do that. And I've been in that, she is.
OK, cool. Thank you very much there, Daniel. Appreciate it. OK, Jamie D says, I predict the fashion police will break into the Big Brother house and arrest Elizabeth for crimes against woolly jumpers. I also predict Dean's singing voice will finally go supersonic. Alison E. Elder Townsend, I predict Dean will sneeze at some point this week, and with what little or no personality he possesses will go through his nose. I predict from Barry Turnell in Ipswich, blows in the Big Brother house could come down to a duelling battle between Brian and Bubble, a menacing Bubble on many occasions has angered Trolley Dolly Brian, but will Bubble's fine line between having a laugh and being serious his past as Brian gives Bubble some of his own medicine. Guys?
Christine Rogers, hi Dermot. My predictions the next 32 days in the Big Brother house are Paul and Helen having at least one snog, because let's face it, they're both gagging for it. And he's clearly the best, and the chickens will take over.
Lovely. Very briefly,
Siobhan Greenan, Amber and Josh will be evicted in the next 2 weeks. Interesting. Helen and Dean will get together. Paul will be gutted.
Excellent stuff. That's as far as we got. We'll see you tomorrow with lovely Gail Porter and Kevin Wade Psychic on the show. God bless, take care, see you later.
More of what's been going on Channel 4 at 10, and E4's live again to the house tonight at 11:30. Next up, a love letter mess up for Norm.